I have some graphs in front of you there. I think one of them is the spectrum of financial independence.
Yeah.
Could you explain to me what that is and how that's useful to understand and why that's useful to understand?
I had this friend 10 or 20 years ago, and he said, I don't save any money because I don't see the purpose. All I'd be able to save is $100 a month. And what's that going to do for me? And since I don't think it's going to do anything for me, I might as well just go spend it. And I'm thinking, no, that's like $100 in savings. Or if you do it for a year, $1,200 in savings is $1,200 more independence than you had before. And again, not if, but when you lose your job or your car breaks down, you're going to realize how unbelievably valuable that money is. And it's not savings, it's independence that it's giving you. So the idea that independence is on a spectrum, it is not you either don't have to work or you have to work. It's not that stark, but most people think of it in those terms. Why would I try to become independent if I have no chance of not working? And the simple way to view it is every dollar that you save is a piece of your future that you own, that you control, that is yours. The flip side of that is like every dollar of debt that you have is a piece of your future that somebody else controls. It's a moment in time in the future that is not yours. It belongs to somebody else. And so I've always viewed it on a spectrum. When I was younger and much poorer, I was a big saver, even though was I independent? Like, no, of course I had to work. I had to work to pay my rent and pay my groceries, of course. But I viewed it as like every $20 that I saved, every $50 that I saved put me in a better position than I was before. And looking back on it, I don't think I could have articulated that 20 years ago, but it's what I felt. A lot of that for me back then was coming from a place of fear. I didn't have a lot of self-confidence in myself, in my career. So I was like, I need to save to prepare for when this all comes crashing down. And even though it didn't come crashing down, I'm so glad that I did it because I've had a sense of financial security and I've had a sense of independence financially since I was in my early 20s. Not because I had saved a ton, I hadn't, but any amount that I saved, I viewed as like the cushion that gave me a much higher sense of confidence that if or when things go wrong, I'm not going to be flailing. I'm going to have some cushion to fall back on.